Hi, I'm Brad Fry, International Program Director with Christian Veterinary Mission. I'm excited today to share with you some opportunities that we see developing within our organization. The globalization of veterinary medicine around the world is creating an opportunity for volunteers like you to serve through our organization. The expansion of agriculture and production and the veterinary medicine required to support that are creating some unique opportunities in the developing world. In the U.S., we're blessed to have an abundance of talented veterinarians. Today, we're seeing twice as many veterinarians being trained in residencies and board certification than we've had historically. These veterinarians are uniquely qualified to help train in the emerging markets. The expanding international veterinary markets provide a great opportunity for the specialized veterinarians to serve. CVM is responding to these needs in Africa, Asia, and Latin America, allowing Christian veterinarians to serve through their profession, living out their Christian faith. What you're about to see is an example how Lauren Spears, CVM veterinarian, responded to the needs at the veterinary school in Santa Cruz, Bolivia.
I'm Dr. Lauren Spears. I graduated from Auburn College of Veterinary Medicine in 2005, and I've been serving in Bolivia, South America, for the past 3 years, teaching veterinary students at a university. I'm a wife, I'm a professor, I'm a mentor, and I'm a follower of Christ. There are other organizations that do remote area medicine or international medicine in the veterinary field, but CVM does it a little bit differently in that we go in as a learner, and so we understand that their culture has so much to offer us as well. The people, when they are respected and they know that they're not being condescended to, really respond to our friendship, and it makes a lasting impact. When I went to Bolivia, I thought I was going to work with the rural poor. I thought that was the next step to serving at a higher level. It was serving the poor, the unreached, the lost. But that's not the plan that God had for me. And so I instead served at the university and found it very fulfilling. If I had gone to the rural area, I could have helped a couple of families. I could have helped a couple of farmers, but I would have been one person. But at the university, all of those veterinarians are going to go out either into the city with small animals potentially, or into the field with large animals. And so they now can reach all of those other people with not only their veterinary skills, which hopefully will be a little higher because of the practice that they've had, but also with the character that they've built and the service that they now understand that they can give, the love that they now know from God and they can share from His love. So you can meet their needs and you can help them to meet others' needs as they go out as leaders in their country. In the veterinary school in Bolivia and probably in many other international universities, there are a lot of practical needs. So when I would offer surgeries as a means for them to be able to practice, they were very receptive. I was excited about trying to control the pet overpopulation problem in Bolivia, and so I was excited about spaying and neutering, and they were excited about learning those skills. One of their favorites was a cat neuter because they use suture on cat neuters. So when I would do a cat neuter in 2 minutes without suture, they were amazed and they wanted to see it more and more and they wanted to practice. And they also loved to learn how to place IV catheters and do sub-Q fluids and give vaccines. They need new equipment and they need English. So that is where I came in. The students have to have a second language in their curriculum to go through veterinary school. And so I was able to provide that need to the school. So we had a great partnership. They gave me an office on campus, and they gave me freedom to use the surgical suite and to use various rooms for practical courses and seminars and things that we wanted to do. And I taught English to over 1,000 students at the university there. While I was there, we had a number of visitors come down and teach about endoscopy and ultrasound and orthopedic surgery. And there are still needs for large animal surgery, and they always love to hear more about anything that's technical. So those were great needs, and they're not difficult to fill at all with just a couple weeks of time, and just barely even a sacrifice, just a little bit of vacation time. When I was in Bolivia, I worked with an organization called VetRed. Red in Spanish means network. So we were an international network of Christian veterinarians. Our goal was to love the Lord by serving through our profession. One of our goals with VetRed was to encourage the students and the veterinarians we worked with to use the skills that they were learning to serve others. The students were really excited about using their skills and forming their skills, because a lot of them had never vaccinated an animal, never handled very many animals. About 2 years ago, an orphanage that I volunteered for started praying for a chicken coop. They didn't have very many funds, and so they didn't have very much protein in the diet for the 28 girls that lived at the home. And a couple months after they started praying for that, through a series of connections, they got connected with us and learned that maybe we could help them with that. It was a huge success. It was just a melding together of all the things that I wanted to do down there. I wanted to encourage the students and help the poor, and just love the Lord through it all. So through the classes and through the chicken coop project and various other means to meet the students, such as surgeries and practical courses, we were able to build relationships with the students. And once they trusted us and knew us and liked us, I hope, they wanted to spend more time with us. And so we started Bible studies with them. And then this semester we did a study called H2O, which is a video series, and it is a pre-evangelistic series, and so it took them through what it looks like to become a Christian and find a church, and they just loved it. One of my students brought her boyfriend week after week until they were both non-Christians when they started, but after a few weeks, he was asking her if they could pray. One day when they were arguing, she told me about this. They were arguing about something, and he just stopped and said, "Can we pray about this?" And she was just floored, and I was really moved to hear that as well. So until you can build that relationship with people and just have fun with them and laugh with them and do things that they enjoy, they're not going to be very interested in what you have to share. So becoming friends with these people and just joking around with them and making mistakes with them, that is always really entertaining to everyone. It really bonds you. I know that my students and my veterinarians probably liked me a lot because of all my Spanish errors, because that was always very entertaining. So they were very tolerant and very sweet about all of those. But because of my vulnerability, I think that was really a bonding point for us. So one way that we can really multiply ourselves is to train others who can train others. These students will become veterinarians, and they will have hundreds of clients going through their office, and they will be impacting those clients' lives as they're impacting their pets' lives, just like we can do in the United States. But one way that you can help is to train them and encourage them and inspire them, and look for the potential in the people that are coming to the group so that you can build them up as trainers, and then they can then multiply into trainers and Bible study leaders and veterinarians that are serving the poor or serving at the university or serving in their private practice. So it's not only practical skills that you can share, but it's spiritual knowledge and just the relationship that you can share with others. So if someone wanted to get involved in the veterinary university in Bolivia or in another country, it would be very simple to take a week of vacation or 2 weeks of vacation. If there was a host in that country, someone who would be able to help translate and help find a place to stay and coordinate it with the university, as long as you were meeting a need, they would love to have you, and they would bend over backwards to make their schedule fit so that their students could attend your classes, and they would take you out to dinner. They love visitors. It would be really easy to make a really big impact in just a week or 2 weeks. So I would challenge you to either serve short term and see if it's something that God has called you to. Go for 2 weeks as a student, or go for a week as a veterinarian and learn more about a culture. Don't just go to give, but go to receive as well, because you will be more blessed than the people that you're going to bless. And then consider it as a career path as well. It'll take a little bit more work, it'll take a little bit more sacrifice, but the rewards are pretty great. Think about how you can use the gift you've been given of anatomy or surgery or a specialty to share that and be a blessing to others.
We're excited how Lauren has impacted the lives of those in Santa Cruz, Bolivia. If God is calling you to do the same, please visit our webpage or contact us.